Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Hearthstone Mercenaries has been having a bit of a content drought lately, and some people, especially on like the main Hearthstone Reddit, are only saying that hey, Hearthstone Mercenaries, no one plays that except for farming for XP. But I have been wondering how much people actually do still play Mercenaries in regular fashion, and now we have some data about it. Because Firestone app, one of the deck trackers available for Hearthstone, released numbers about people who are using that app to play Hearthstone and how they are approaching Hearthstone Mercenaries. So this chart, there's actually a small mistake here. Farming considers PvE encounters of more than 15 minutes is the correct number. I verified that with the developer. So this is the share of people who are playing Hearthstone Mercenaries PvE. PvP numbers are very, very low already. PvE is seeing a little bit more play, and this is numbers when you're playing the game by actually playing the game, or whether you're just using it to farm XP. Because if you didn't know, you can farm rewards track XP in Hearthstone Mercenaries. All you need to do is load into the easiest bounty, just leave it out there, up to 30 minutes, so people usually set a timer for like 25 minutes or so, though they have a few minutes of leeway. Then they come back, they push the button to win the fight, complete the fight, get that XP, load in the next fight, come back in a little under half an hour again. So if you take encounters that last more than 15 minutes, it's really unlikely that you would end up with encounters that would actually be played in a regular fashion. On my guide videos, I checked that the longest fight that I have in a guide video is a little bit over 8 minutes, but obviously I have done sometimes like Big Viper in some big boss fight, and it has taken more than 10 minutes as well, but this data should be quite accurate. And it starts all the way from the early days of Mercenaries, 2021, when not many people were using Mercenaries to farm XP on their rewards track. But the popularity of farming XP on the rewards track seems to have increased. This is relative numbers, so the number of Mercenaries players who are farming versus the number of Mercenaries players who are actually playing the game. And we can see pretty much like events coming in June, in July, having a little bit of peak with people actually playing the game. Rattlegore event in November, a bit of more people again playing the game. But other than that, farming has been increasing, and Mercenaries is used quite a lot for that rewards track farming. These are relative numbers. What about some absolute numbers? Firestone released those as well, although when it comes to absolute numbers, obviously there's the question that, okay, well, how many people are using Firestone? And Firestone has been becoming more popular, so you would expect a slight increase in these numbers throughout this period of time if this was taking into account the increasing popularity of Firestone itself. But instead, we don't quite see that. We do see some interesting things like events. Events really started in March, in April 2022, and consequently Mercenaries was getting more popular. Then there was a bit of a lull in May, then June and July. Last year, June and July, we had a lot of events then. That was also the peak of this channel, the peak of the popularity of Mercenaries on this channel by far. Lots of events, lots of people actually playing the game. Peak Mercenaries. But since that July 2022, the player numbers, Firestone has been getting more popular, but the number of people actually playing Mercenaries has been getting less and less, while the number of people who are farming in Mercenaries has been increasing. We can still see that the Rattlegore event made a little bit of life into the game again, but yeah, right now popularity of Mercenaries has been going down. That's also really visible on this channel since July 2022, but there are still more people actually playing Hearthstone Mercenaries for Hearthstone Mercenaries than there are people just farming it for XP, so the mode isn't quite dead yet, but I have to say that it doesn't look too great either. But at least people are discovering that hey, you can use Hearthstone Mercenaries also to farm rewards track XP, and they're getting some free gold from Blizzard, so I think that's something good going for the mode at least. But regardless, we're not quite dead yet. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.